G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now we're going to look at my new scan tool. If you've got a modern car, post 2006-ish with an OBD2 port, chances are you're going to want to have a scan tool. If you're half inclined mechanically and you want to know what's wrong with your car before you take it to a mechanic, your car's going to put a code out. If anything goes wrong, it'll probably put a light on the dash. Now, a scan tool is a quick way for you to have an idea of what is going on with your car and what it may need to be fixed. So time to take a close look at the one that I've landed on. After a lot of research, this one seemed to be a really good value for money one. This cost me about 153 bucks off eBay. I think it was advertised at 180 and I put in an offer for the seller. So there are some bargains to be had. It's advertised in the TOPDON range as a mid-range diagnostic tool. Pretty cool, pretty well packaged. It comes in its own little case and it's actually wrapped in this, but for ease of the video. So it comes in its own little zipper case. You get your OBD2 cable, which goes in the OBD2 port. This is a charge cable, and it's also, if you take any live logs on this, which you can do, this will plug into your computer. And then this is the tool itself. It's actually pretty big and chunky. That is a touch screen, really bright LED screen. You've still got your buttons to navigate, OK, back. Just in here is where your little charge hole is and plugs in at the top. So we'll turn it on. I've had it on a while ago when I first got it. Done a lot of updates, just turned it on again, and then there was another update ready for it. So it should be up to date now. It is a great screen. It's a touch screen and very responsive. So it doesn't take too long to start up. And it'll show you all the features as soon as it does. But so far, it's been pretty easy to use. The tablet is starting. Here we go. So as you can see there, it goes into diagnostics, your OBD2, maintenance, there's a repair guide, user manuals. It's got what's called a quick VIN find. Connect it first. Okay, just making sure that your ignition is on. The engine's not running, but the ignition's on. This is plugged in. You can see up here it's connected. Now, if you want to run a diagnostic, go to VIN, Auto VIN. Now this should find it pretty quick. There you go, it's found the VIN number. Confirm it. There's a lot of establishing connection. Australia, New Zealand. Yep. All the details come up. It's 2013, but it's 2016. It comes up here. So now you can get into everything. Your vehicle profile, your auto scan. So you just hit auto scan. Fault 2. Wonder what that is. Switch the ignition on. It is. I just turned it off. There you go. Ignition is on. Okay. So these are the two codes it's found. We've got a cold start fuel pressure performance bank 1. We'll look into what that is. I don't know what it is. P053F 2168, and we've got a P083F 0028. Clutch pedal switch AB correlation. Now I have been having an issue where I've been pressing the clutch to start the car and it won't want to start, so I've actually bought a new clutch pedal switch for it. Though if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I just recently bought that. So let's see what we can do. Alright, so it'll take you to links to like information and things that it might think it is. There you go. There's a bit more information. So it's a previously detected. It's a bit more information. Here we go, trigger event. There you go. That's pretty cool. That's a freeze frame of the problem. And this one, signal amplitude less than minimum. Cold start fuel pressure performance bank 1. So if anyone knows what that one is, let me know. But I can clear those. Condition, ignition on and engine off, yep. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Set the ignition to on, it is. No trouble codes. Cool. Key on, engine off, on-demand self-test. That's alright. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think value for money, this is fantastic. I'm very happy to be able to accelerate a pedal position. Let's see if that changes. Oh, there you go. 65%, that's all the way to the floor, that. 66%. The absolute throttle position, 85. Interesting. That's pretty cool. You could record it, you could do a snapshot of it, you can report it. So I'll just show you what happens on the dash when you do that. Read DTCs. It comes up as diag there. And over here on the screen, it will come up so there you go. And you can go through all of these. Awesome. Control unit. There should be no more codes. Good, because I've cleared it. Be interesting to see if that cold start one comes back. Okay, so back to this page. We'll just run through some of the menus. Your user info. This will come up with your profile where you can do all your updates. History, if you've saved any reports or recorded the screen at all, taken any screenshots, this is where you can view it. Battery voltage, it'll show you where your battery voltage is at. So I currently have the car turned off. That's a live read of the battery voltage. It's right along 12. These updates, I believe, are all of your, it's not connected to my Wi-Fi network, but this is where your make, version, size of the file of the update. You'll get heaps of these when you first turn it on. It'll want to do hundreds of updates for model and make specific. Maintenance. So we've got, you just go through and pick your car or your VIN number, steering, tyre pressure monitoring, battery monitoring system, oil, throttle position, sensor. I believe you can do a reset of that also. So in this driving cycle, it tells you the things that it's ready to read. So misfire monitoring, that's a pretty good one. Fuel system monitoring, comprehensive components, catalyst monitoring not ready, and anything with a little exclamation mark grey next to it is not supported. So it'll be different for your model. Since clearing any codes, which I didn't have any. So pretty decent. I obviously still need to learn how to use it properly, but I think for the money, you get quite a lot of features on this that you probably don't get in little handheld devices that are a similar price category. There you go, no codes, car's running good. I think value for money, this TOPDON diagnostic tool is going to be pretty good. If I did ever want to use those service interval functions, brake bleeding might be a good one if it's going to activate the ABS to do a full brake bleed. But yeah, other than that, I'm not too sure I would need many of the others like the throttle position sensor reset and the steering position sensor one. But I mean, if anything did go wrong with the car, having those live reads that you can upload to your computer, I think that that'd be pretty handy as well. So value for money for $150, as long as it reads codes and does the little extras, I think it's great. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've got a scan tool that you think is better value for money. And yeah, we'll have a chat. See yous.